good mock-ups. I think these are great for a final presentation. Right now, though, in the kind of the rough stage, we kind of want to see these straight head on because there's a couple of things that are going to be a lot easier to talk about if we were looking at these three head on. Okay, and we've got this gorgeous package, and utilizing these really, really memorable graphics and color, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's very memorable, but we've got some pretty significant issues in terms of branding. And let me describe this to you, and I think you'll understand. Okay, now in a letterhead, typically you don't want to mix your brand. Your brand it's your logo, it's your brand. So just like any other brand standard, you have regulations, rules and regulations to use while presenting your logo. And one of them should be what is called safe, clear distance. And that's where my logo lands and what's going to be near it and around it. And I think that in a letterhead, it's imperative to keep your logo away from the body copy. I really do. I think if we get that logo up here somewhere and get it away from the body copy and get that thing formatted, as right now the letterhead is obviously formatted around the column that holds the logo. And I think that's a mistake. I think the logo should really be in an area where you can work within the body, the interior area of the letterhead. And if you take a look at this, the way it stands right now, you can see that one thing is happening is it's really imbalanced towards the top. Even though you have these countermeasures down here, it's still really imbalanced that a ways. So keep that in mind. Okay, now here's the part I want you really to think about. Okay, this is branding. What is the term? What is the name, the word we've been using over and over and over? It's been consistency. Consistency, consistency. Rebecca, your work is outstanding, but right now you have shown your logo 4 times and you've shown it in 4 different formats. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You've got your logo up here on your letterhead with your name underneath, and the name seems to be right aligned, okay? You've got your logo over here. It's centered, but right aligned. Centered underneath the mark, but right aligned. Over here, you've got your mark, centered, but centered, with the word graphic design underneath. Okay, here there's no word graphic design. There are 2 different logos. Here's a third that's a horizontal logo. That's obviously different. And then here's the 4th that is bleeding off the card. Okay, so that's an issue. That's an issue. I'm certainly fine with this package. I think it's gorgeous, and I'm not going to try to make you say hey, you got to make this. I just want you to really think about it. And, when it comes time to, if you're going to use this piece, and I think it's worthy of definitely using, carrying forward as your identity. Of course you'll want to carry that forward through your student portfolio. At that time, I would recommend as a branding piece that these remain consistent. Now, that doesn't mean you can't branch out and have a horizontal logo. That's fine. But for your introductory branding, which is your business card letterhead, and in this case, your leave behind, that has got to be consistent. Okay, it's really important, and it's going to send a message in your in an interview when someone's looking at your personal branding and they're going, okay, if this is a designer introducing themselves, they should be doing it in a way that follows branding standards, and that would be consistency, and we're not seeing it. Okay, so food for thought. And let me know what your thoughts are on this, but food for thought. Now, that, as I said, I want to emphasize that all designers grow, and yes, we will eventually branch out and have a vertical logo and have a tall stacking logo. Oh, do you see what I'm saying? And have a logo that's more suitable for a square background. But to show branding, which is what we're doing here, is that word again, consistency. Okay? Let me know what your thoughts are. Good job. Thanks.